Hi folks, how are we doing? Welcome to another video. So, in this video, as you've probably seen from the thumbnail, we're actually going to crack on and start on the little Mini. So, I've probably had it here for a month and a half, maybe 2 months now, and no, it can't be that long. I don't know, whatever. And the original plan was, when we got it in, I was going to get it stripped, get it assessed, so that way I can get everything sorted out. It wasn't going to be sort of started properly for a little while, but you know, things have changed a little bit. So the big issue of not sort of getting it stripped straight away is, one, obviously you've seen from the videos, you know, there's lots of shit going on around here. But the other issue is I didn't have any boxes. I just couldn't find any anywhere. You know, they pop up all the time on Facebook, but nobody was replying, and yeah. So anyway, I've managed to find some boxes, so we're going to actually get it stripped today. Today is literally just going to be strip it back to a bare shell, pretty much. I haven't got a trolley for it. I haven't got any metal to make a trolley or casters for that matter. So it'll be a bit of rolling shell, but we want to get all the interior, get all the glass, all the electrics out of it. Yes, that's pretty much it. Let me take you over, and I'll give you a quick tour of the car as it sits. So here it is, and it actually looks quite tidy. You know, it looks like it's had a decent paint job at some point, but it really hasn't. So you can just about see sort of here, there's all sorts of crap going on under here. The roof, you know, we've got, actually I can catch that in the right light, some weird, there we go, some weird sort of shit going on under there. We've got some rust on front balance here. It's had some welding done before, which we need to rectify. This chap actually contacted me from one of my really old YouTube videos of doing the front shock absorber mounts on one of these, and he's asked me to do the car. He wants it really clean. It's a rare car. It's an automatic one. It's quite late. I think he wants it pretty much concourse, although as you can see from the tunnel there, it used to be red and it's now blue with a silver roof, so I don't quite know. But this is going to be a full nut and bolt restoration. I've already told him, I know these quite well, so although it looks quite good, it's having new wings, new front scuttle, A panels, front valance, and probably some around the heat events under there, probably get some work done as well. We've got some rot at the back on the rear valance. Where is it? Oh. There was a little bit. Oh, just there it is. So I've got a little bit there. So I don't know whether I'm going to patch that in or put a new rear valance on it. I'll have to double check on the prices of that. But yeah. Oh. So it's an honest little car. And it is loads of filler in loads of places, but for the most part it looks relatively honest. There's some panel gap issues, but we'll deal with that when we get back to fitting it back up. For now, all I want to do is get it stripped. So get all the glass out of it, get all the interior out of it, lights, bumpers, try and get all the wiring loom out of it, get it pretty much to a rolling shell as we can, and then we'll start cleaning up some bits and see how bad it actually is. Right, I'm not going to mess around with it at all. I'm literally just going to steam in. I did think about trying to get the GoPro set up. I think it's just going to get in the way, so I'll just come back sort of sporadically as I'm doing bits and bobs. I want to start off by getting the doors off, because I want to get the interior out first. So I'm going to get the doors off, get them out of the way, and then we're just going to crack on. So, making quite good progress on it so far. Doors are off, bonnet's off, boots off, windscreen's out, most of the interior is out. I found a couple of bodges so far. Headlights have been riveted in, should have got a screw and a speed clip on them. What else to be found? The wiring loom's been butchered quite a bit, so that's going to need some attention. We've got a standard sort of fucking where it's been jacked up on the floor pans, and then we've got some real bad welding down there. Overall, not too bad. For some reason we've got some butchery going on here. Really have no idea what that is. So Screen aperture around here is pretty good. Starting to go in the middle where they always go. But again, like I said, I'm going to be changing this. Although it looks good, I'll be swapping it out because I know they always go there. I don't think we found anything at the back, other than they didn't even bother taking the rear lights out. By the looks of it, it's been painted about 5 times. We will find out. The floor looks pretty good. It's amazing for these. Once we get the battery out, we'll have a look at the battery tray. I do believe this is actually quite good. So, yeah. Not too bad so far. Stripped a little bit more. All the wiring loom's out now, or most of it. Found some other bits of concern. So when we remove the rubbers, noticed that it's all crusty there. Sort of expect. Tried to take these off and then noticed that that's all fiberglass in there. So it's been properly lashed up at some point. Check strap on the other side. Hold on. I'm not quite sure what's fucking gone on here, but I don't know whether that's fractured and then gone rusty, or it's got rusty and then fractured. But yeah, that's not in a good way. It's, you look at that trim as well, that's completely well out of shape. So yes, needs a lot of work. Obviously you can see the dodgy welding there, like I showed you before. But I mean, other than that, the floor pans don't look too bad, but I won't know 100% until I get all these shits off. Yeah, so far not too bad. I was hoping to get most of it finished today, but I've got to go pick up Ellie, so we'll crack on again Monday. So we've got it completely stripped, well, as much as I can until I've built the trolley. It's literally just the steering column and the brake pedal and then the subframes really. All the glass is out. Yeah, there's a little bit of wiring left in that goes over the roof, but it's not a problem, we can tuck that out of the way. So what we found so far, we removed this trim, the lip's pretty much gone, a little bit of corrosion there. Really don't know why, but the lip's been absolutely butchered here, and then it's been really butchered here. I hope that comes up on camera. Obviously I mentioned before the fiberglass in there, but we'll get to that in a little while. What else did we find? Yeah, got some holes here, a little bit of corrosion there. It's gone along the bottom here, but when I took the rear arches off, noticed this rear quarter was completely full of filler. I knew there was a lot of filler around it anyway because I went around it with a magnet, so I knew there was filler, but didn't expect it to be that thick. That's stupid. And then you can see where it's cracked there, that's all filler as well. So, alright, gonna attack the front wings now, get the front wings off so we can assess the vent holes, especially this side where it's all fiberglass under there. So we're going to get the wings off, yeah, and then we'll see what's what. So the other thing I noticed, I forgot to say, the roof hasn't been keyed up at all, it's literally just, I don't know, it's, there might even be a wrap. I think it might be a wrap. Yeah, that's sticky. Oh, so I'm going to fucking peel that off as well, isn't I? Yay. Good times. Right, got both wings off. This side, I believe, is the original wing. That side's had a new wing at some point. The fiberglass isn't too bad up it. Still wants cleaning back. But yeah, I reckon we'll get away with some of that. Plus, what it's got to be replaced anyway, so it's not a problem. But I did find this. That is quite concerning. I mean, I've only hit that with the a wire brush on a thing. Like a wire wheel on a die grinder, but there's some mesh in there. That is literally all fiberglass, and then they've just gone around this fucking mounting thing here. So I'm hoping the new front balance comes with that. Otherwise, I've got the fun job of cleaning all that out. I mean, for comparison, that's what it's supposed to look like. So yeah, annoyingly, I took the vents out. Now I could get to the bolts. 2 of them snapped. I was actually thinking earlier, like, it's a miracle fucking none of the bolts or clips have broke on this until fucking one this side, one that side. But it is what it is. Some more shit welding under here. So yeah, it's going to need seals both sides. Yeah, it's going to need a lot of love. So what I want to do now is, because you can see sort of behind these shock mounts, it's a little bit scabby. I think that might be fiberglass behind there, so I'm going to quickly whip this off, quickly whip the shocks off, and then I'm going to use strip and clean disc, see how bad this actually is, and then I'm going to tackle this rear quarter as well, get that back to bare metal and find out what that's hiding, so then we can let the customer know. So I literally just started cleaning this up, and you can see that is all filler or fiberglass or something. You can see that edge there. So although like there it looks clean, there it looks clean metal, so I don't know, we'll see what it looks like. Let's clean it up. Is that unbolt? I'm gonna unbolt that bracket, get that right out of my way. I thought that was fucking spot welded on. Twat. So clean it up a little bit more. You can see how fucking bodged this is. That's mesh. That's a suspension mount, for fuck's sake. That's just fiberglass and mesh. I'll start cleaning that up down here as well. I have no idea why there's filler here, because that's nice. Unless they just couldn't be bothered to shape round that. Although they didn't shape any of it anyway. It looked like it'd just been spread with fucking fingers. You can see there, look. Fuck knows. This is coming off relatively easy. Although this black shit is sticky. I think the actual owner put this on to try and make it look good. Alright, so we got most of this cleared out. As you can see, it was a fucking mess. I ended up literally just hammering, chiseling that out, you know, because it was just taking forever with the grinder. So yeah, yeah, it's not that bad. I've done these before. It's relatively straightforward. Luckily, it's not gone too far, so I should be able to fix that quite easily. In actual fact, there's one previous video of doing one of these where this customer found it. So started cleaning up this side as well. As you can see, it's filler all the way up there, and then some more mesh in there. But I'm going to leave that until I've got the subframe off, so I can get right in there and then find out what's going on with that. So now I want to tackle this back end and find out what's going on here. As I said to you, you know, it's stupidly thick of filler there. Well, you can see, look at that trim, like that, the lip, sorry. You know, that should be, you know, quite thick. That should be sort of like that. It's not. So there's a lot of filler in there. I need to get out. I know there's filler here. I've got a funny feeling it's had a prang this side. This is what when they sort of painted it, because if you look at this light, it was painted underneath this light, painted underneath that hinge, but then that hinge is still original, and then that light's been masked up as well. So yeah, I'm just going to steer into it, see what we uncover, and then I've got to take the wrap off the roof, because while I've been messing around underneath, I noticed, I don't know if it's going to come up, there is some dents. There's definitely a dent over there. There's a dent in the middle there somewhere. and then there's a dent there, and there's a load down the back. So I need to check the roof out, see how bad that is. So before I go completely stripping all this off, I wanted to show you how thick this is. So there's at least 3 layers in there, and then you can see, shit, I can't even see a fucking screen, hold on. There you go. So you can see where the line is there, and then where the metal is there. So that is, I don't know, I can't see my screen, sorry. That is 5mm thick, near enough. That's whatever that is in inches, 64th maybe? I don't know. Yeah, so I think it's all the way up here. I don't know. It's like that fucking Fiesta, look. It's actually quite a nice paint job. You can see me on my phone and my belly. So, right, I want to get this stripped. Alright, so this is where we're at. Got it mostly stripped back. I think what's happened is, at some point, it's just had a glancing glow. So the filler is under the red, not the blue, so it wasn't sort of lashed up. It's also at some point had different arches on. See these bolt holes? They're for the standard arches, not the ones that it's got on now, which were just screwed up through here. So yeah, I think it's just sort of pushed it all in. There's a dent in there, that whole lot's gone in. You see I haven't gone down here yet, but yeah, it's just, there's no real ripples or anything, it's just all in. So hopefully I should be able to get most of that back out. It's going to need a little bit of filler again, but obviously not nowhere near that much. So I'm going to stop for now, because I know what's going on down here, that all needs replacing. But yeah, so I know what's going on with that. So let's have a look at this back end and what's going on down here. There's no telltale signs inside of, you know, anything major. You know, it's cracked here. It's definitely gone in up there. Yeah, we'll have a look, see what's what. So this is where we're at now. What I've discovered is, at some point, this little section's been replaced. It's been welded all the way around there, and then welded in the bottom here. So you can see it's just full of fiberglass, but it's gone there, and then it's gone in the boot floor as well. So yeah, you can see that's the sealer has been hiding all sorts of shit. So yeah, the boot floor's gone. It's gone quite a long way, look. It's there, at the very least. So well, it needs cleaning up, and then you can just see where I've cleaned the sealer up here. We've got some rust in the gaps, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do about this yet. I don't really want to be putting on a complete quarter just to get that off, or do an entire back end, but we'll have to sort something out. There's no damage on here, you can see where I've touched this off. There is damage there which I didn't see earlier. I don't know whether that comes up on the camera or not. It's like hammer marks in there. So yeah, it's not brilliant. So this side's not too bad. I've had a good old stab at it. That's all original. There's a bit of surface rust under the sealer, which you'd expect, because that's why they go. It's just water harbours underneath the sealer, it's shit. So it needs all cleaning up and then redoing, but it's not gone through. And then there's no signs of any filler or anything. So I'll just sort of attack it at some point and see what's what. But yeah, now I've assessed that bit, I know what's going on. I really want to get this wrap off this roof. I want to get it done tonight, actually, to be fair. It's about 10 past 8. Obviously we need to be gone by 9, so yeah, I want to get this fucking wrap off and see what's going on under here. So this is where we're at so far. I don't actually get why people wrap their cars, because that just looks like a shit fucking paint job. And then what's underneath is actually quite smooth and nice. I mean, it's scratched up and that, but yeah, you look at how smooth and shiny that is, and then somebody's put a wrap on to do that. Why? Apparently fucking wrapping's all the big rage. Fuck off. So got all the wrap completely off. Couldn't finish it off last night. I was just using the heat gun, but yeah, it was just too hot. If you don't heat it up, it was just tearing and not coming off. But then with the heat gun, it was getting too hot and then stretching. So I ended up bringing me hairdryer down, and it's all come off pretty clean. I'm going to cut a little bits of sticker, it's not a problem, but yeah. So now I need to sort of strip this back on the places where I said there's dents and see what's underneath it. Although it doesn't seem too bad, it seems pretty straight. I've just gone through, wrapped up all the interior. Got that all wrapped up. I'm going to take that down the garage, that's out of the way. Yeah, just a matter of cracking on. So took the poly disc to the roof. It's not as bad as I thought. I don't know whether it's had a complete skim like for the whole lot, or that's like a really fine filler primer. But yeah, it wasn't too much. I did expect to load around here. Underneath it looks like there's a load of dents, but it seems okay. And then there's definitely some dents here. You can see where there's filler there, and then I don't know where it comes. There's a couple of dents there, and then one there. And there is, I haven't sort of stripped it back, but underneath I can feel there's sort of like a kink here. But there's plenty of access, so I should be able to get most of it out without having to put in too much filler. I've also just sort of quickly done all the edges. Let's see, it looks shit at the minute, but I just wanted to sort of see if there was any filler in any places, so I just quickly did all this. Same as here. You know, there's a little bit of filler, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. It's literally just this corner, I think, that's been, this side that's been lashed. And I really don't know why. I mean, it's had that bit there, that one's pulling out. And then, like I said, you know, the lashing in here and then down there. So, right, I'm going to tackle the doors, I think. So, get them on the bench, get them stripped and give them the same treatment all around the edges and see what we're dealing with. At the minute, like I keep saying, it's just I need to assess it so then we can move forwards. Tailgate's done in the same vein. There's no filler on it anywhere, but there is there's quite a nasty dent around here. Looks like it's overreached at some point. There's a little bit there, so it's not too bad. We can should be able to repair that. Just started on the first door. We've already got issues. Look, so you can see where it's dropped in there. Then over here, I could tell there was filler in this when it was on the car. There's like a pinhole and shit. It's just the telltale. There you go. You can see it's filler, but that's how bad it is. I don't know whether you can see it's all squidged out over there, and the top of that hinge. That's it. So get this trim off, get the handles out, and then we'll see how bad this fucker is. This door's all completely stripped out now. I forgot how much of a pain in the fucking arse they are. So yeah, the filler is quite bad, but what it appears to have happened is somebody's fitted a door skin to it at some point and just hasn't done it very well. If you look down here, you can sort of see all the hammer marks. So I don't know whether I'll gotta have a look how much a new skin is. I might reskin it. I might try and repair this one. But depends on the cost of the skins. Heritage panels ain't fucking cheap, and to get it right, it's no point buying a cheap panel because we'll end up with the same sort of shit as we got here, and I don't want that. You know, if it's going out my door, it's got to be right. So on to the next one. This door's a bit better, although it still is full of filler. I think this one's been skimmed as well. So like, the handle sits better on this one, but you can see the roll on this edge. You know, that should be nice and crisp. And you've got a flat spot here, but yeah, you've got the roll there as well. That ain't right. But then I did notice this little chip I've just pulled out. It's got rust behind it, so yeah, I'm gonna get it stripped down and I'll do the same. But I think we're going to be looking at 2 new door skins. So we've got this one all stripped down, and look, there's the proof. You can see it's had a skin on it before. I'm not even going to clean this one up. I'm just going to be looking for a new skin. You can see the watermarks in there. It's been leaking down that edge. We've got corrosion under here, and then as I showed you on this side, we've got corrosion there. So yeah, I definitely think this one at the very least needs a new skin. The other one we might be able to salvage, although if they're cheap enough I'll just do the pair. So that's pretty much it. There's not really much more I can do. It is what it is. Right, so that's it for this video. I apologise it was all over the place, you know, recording on the phone, recording on here. It's just the way it happened, with both me and Michelle sort of stripping it, you know, cataloguing everything, making sure everything's labelled up correctly in the boxes. Yeah, it just sort of happened. It was just all over the place. So I do apologise, but at least you can see what we're working with. Next time you see the car, it will be on a trolley with no suspension. I know it's pretty good underneath. Before the car even turned up here, the owner had it on stands and all the suspension was off, and I see all the pictures, so I know it's pretty good. Might want a couple of bits here and there, but for the most part it's fairly solid, you know, well, on all the mounting points anyway. So yeah, I've got to order a load of parts for it. I don't know how long they're going to take to get here, but there are things I can crack on and get done, like the floor pan, suspension mount, this rear quarter, getting the dents out of the roof and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to be steaming into it. There's going to be regular videos, as well as like the other stuff that I'm doing. So please sort of subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're informed of all the videos as I want to do them. Please check out the description box below, check out my friends' channels. Please have a look at my Teespring store, which is a merchandise store. You know, it really will help me out, you know, keep me sort of doing videos, because it does take quite a lot of effort. Yeah, I'll see you for the next one. Bye.